So I just watched Jaws for the very first time in a long time. Why do I ever get in the ocean? Welcome to Durbania. I'm Durbin, and this is my theological analysis for Jaws. I watched this movie in preparation for the Meg coming out here real soon, and I thought since we got a giant shark movie coming out just around the corner, it's time to go back and look at the shark movie to end all shark movies. I'm talking the shark movie. The shark movie that made generations of people terrified to get in the ocean. Jaws. I was watching this movie and I had a dawning revelation today. I mean, less than a month ago, my family was out and we were swimming in the ocean. What were we thinking?
None of man's fantasies of evil can compare with the reality of Jaws.
Here's what makes Jaws so incredible and what makes this movie so intense. It's psychological.
It's all psychological.
When you watch this movie, the actual animatronic shark has so little screen time. Now, at the end, where his, massive jaws are on the boat and, rah, rah, and he's attacking the boat and all that stuff, yeah, that's intense. It really is intense. But I'm telling you what, the most terrifying scenes in this movie, the most intense scenes of these movies, are where you don't see the shark at all, because it just drives the imagination nuts. I mean, we know what a shark looks like, but the idea that some monster is lurking beneath those waves and we can't see it is just 10 times more intense. I mean, you have the swimmers out there and suddenly, or that parts where you just see the fin and it's getting closer and closer and, or for me, when they do the point of view of the shark and it's just swimming up and you see the legs and it's swimming and you're just yelling, "Move, people, get out of the water!" But the truth is, they can't see it. They can't see the monster lurking below the depths. They can't see it. And so because they can't see it, they're just, here it comes. And then all of a sudden, it's too late and they're being eaten alive by this gigantic shark that is in the water. So it just messes with the mind like that. And I was watching that and I was thinking about that. And I was like, oh my gosh. But sometimes in our hearts, like underneath the waves of our hearts, we have these little monsters swimming around underneath. And sometimes we don't even realize they're there. We don't even realize how much we've let them in until all of a sudden, it's too late. So looking at Mayor Larry Vaughn of, Amity Island, this small little town, Jesus said, "Where your treasure is, there your heart will be." So if your treasure is money and fame and good reputation and prestige, then that's where your heart is, and it will pursue those things at all costs. And so when you look at the mayor of Amity Island, of this teeny tiny town, that's exactly where his heart is. Now, come on. I understand he's a mayor, and there's got to be an element of business thinking here. Summer is a big time for this little town, and 4th of July weekend is the biggest weekend. He does need to care about the town's reputation. He does need all of those out-of-towners to come and drive up business and bring in income. He's got to think about that. There's always that balance that has to be there. But the problem is this mayor does not have this balance. I mean, when the first person gets eaten by a shark, he's quick to say, "It was a boat. She got caught up in the boat propellers." Is there evidence of that? Is there proof of that anywhere? Absolutely not. He's not thinking about that evidence, and he's not thinking about that proof. He's thinking about, I need the money driven up. I need the prestige driven up. I need people here, and nobody needs to be terrified giving, me a bad reputation. I mean, giving this town a bad reputation. I mean, that's exactly where his heart is, and there's no balance to that whatsoever. At the cost of human life, he wants to drive up people coming to the beaches and having fun on 4th of July, because that is where his treasure is. That is where his heart is. It gets so bad that the scene where everybody's at the beach and nobody's getting in the water, because at this point, at least 3 people have been killed in this film by this mysterious great white shark lurking somewhere in the water. And so the mayor actually goes up to his friend, and he says, "Why aren't you in the water?"
I'm trying to absorb some of this
Nobody's
sun.
going in. Please, get in the water.
Now here's what's the saddest thing to me about that scene. Not only does the friend get up to put his life at risk and go in the water just to get other people to go put their lives at risk to go into the water, he takes his wife's hand and picks her up so they would go in there together. And then just when you think that's bad enough, they reach down and pick up the hands of the kids that are with them, and they all go together into the flippin' shark-infested water. All because this mayor is saying, I need people to get in the water. So everybody gets in the water. Now, here's the thing. The mayor, his kids were there playing on the beach that day, which is why this scene was the wake-up call for him. Not the other people that died, not even the fourth person that was eaten in this scene. No, it was the fact that the mayor's kids were actually at the beach that day. They were playing on the beach that day. The fact that he could have lost his kids forever and that would have been irreversible, that squeeze, that pressure that was put on his heart revealed the selfishness, revealed the greed. It actually revealed the monster that was lurking beneath the waters in his heart the entire time. It revealed how much of him was already consumed by that monster. That he would rather not pay more money to have somebody come in and kill that shark. That he would rather say this person was chopped up by a boat than tell the truth, which put more lives in danger. Suddenly, what was actually in his heart was revealed to him. I mean, we all saw it pretty clearly. He didn't. But now he saw it. It was almost too late for him. Too late for the other people that have died, but almost too late for him and almost too late for his kids. But he saw it. He saw what was lurking beneath. He saw what was really in his heart, and he saw what was consuming him. Now, it's interesting because a lot of us, sometimes we have those monsters. We have those things lurking beneath the waters in our heart. And they might be apparent to other people, but we're just blind to them. Or maybe we're not. Maybe we know there's something lurking deep down underneath, but because we can't really see it, but we know it's there, it causes our imaginations to run wild. So for one reason or another, we're scared to address it. I've found when I let Jesus in, which could feel embarrassing, except that he already knows what's there anyway. But when I let him in, he's not looking to embarrass me. He's not looking to judge or condemn. He's looking to shine his light there and destroy that monster that's there. No matter how big Jaws was, and he was a big shark. When that tank was thrown in his mouth and the chief shot the tank and it blew up, that shark was no match for that massive explosion. Didn't matter how big the shark was, it was nothing compared to that explosion. So whatever sharks, our monsters, our darkness could be lurking under the waters of our heart, doesn't matter. It's nothing compared to the light that God brings to it. It's nothing compared to the power that God brings to destroy that, to bring light into our lives and to continue to build us up to be stronger and better people. It's never too late to get a new heart. It's never too late to let his light come in and make a real transformation. You know, something that's really interesting just about the making of this film, Steven Spielberg's greatest frustration was the animatronic shark not working right. And that's why the animatronic shark is just not really seen in this movie. But out of Steven Spielberg's greatest frustration came his greatest blessing, because the fact that you didn't see the shark that much is what made this film so intense. So whatever's in your heart might be causing your greatest frustration, but such is the great power of God that he could turn it all around, that no matter what's beneath causing great frustration, he could flip it around and bring out of it your greatest blessing. And he's waiting to do that. So, when you watch Jaws, what do you think of this movie? Are you excited for the Meg? Do you think it could possibly be as intense as Jaws? Let me know in the comments. And while you're there, hit the subscribe button to become a Durbanian and hit the bell by it so you're notified when I drop my review for the Meg, when I drop another theological analysis or ranking video or anything else that I do here. I'm Durbin. Thanks for checking out Durbania.